Amtrak reservations. We service most of the United States.
All aboard!
Do something new. Travel by Amtrak today.
800-428-9517. 800-428-9517. 800-428-9517. That's 800-428-9517.
What are you so happy about?
I'm on the pill.
Aren't you two a bit old to worry about having more kids?
Not her, me.
You lost me there, buddy.
Steelman pills. Things weren't always looking up, if you catch my drift. So my doctor prescribed me a little something.
Like Viagra?
Yeah, but that's expensive, and it wasn't covered by my insurance. Steelman pills cost me less than $3 a pill, and virtually the same effect. I just called and got over 40 pills for only $99.
I have this friend who might be looking.
Well, if your friend wants some help, the consultation is free over the phone. No clinic. Steelman Pills sends it in the mail in a confidential package.
I'm on it. I mean, my friend will be on it.
Steelman Pills, going the extra mile to help men with erectile dysfunction.
800-915-9371. 800-915-9371. 800-915-9371. That's 800-915-9371.
The Lou Information Station presents Arch City Now with Vic Faust.
Hey guys, good morning. Welcome into the show. 6:05 is the time. Happy July 24th. We're ready to get things going here this morning. As we do, as we start to get closer to the end of the work week for most, Thursday. What's on your mind this morning? What's moving the needle for you? Glad you're with us today. We are Arch City Now. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m., bringing you all things St. Louis, news headlines, news stories, newsmakers. You name it, that's what we do here this morning. Pro Joe alongside. Glad you guys are with us. You can give us a call if you want to as well today. The phone number to do so is 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. We talk about things that are happening in St. Louis, what's happening over in your town, your community, what kind of events do you want to promote? Heck, events are being canceled right and left because of the heat, if they are events that are being held outside. There were events, and I kind of knew it, for kids, adults, you name it, that's what's happening. I mean, it really is. It's just too damn hot for anything. I mean, I walked outside yesterday in the late afternoon, literally standing there on a street, on concrete, and within 15, 20 seconds, sweating. That's the kind of heat we're talking about. That's the real deal. Those are the things that are going on right now. And we've got at least another day, a couple days of it that are going on. And you just can't do much about it.
Yeah, it's like walking into like when you open the oven door and that heat hits your face.
That is the voice of Pro Joe. We love to see him when we get that. He just likes to toy with us. He likes to tease us with his pipes. There he is. How are you doing this morning, Pro Joe?
Doing a lot better today.
Yes, you are. And we're glad that we're going to have a good day today. The sun is shining in St. Louis. The heat continues to be one of those things. It's like, okay, born and talking. It is. It affects everything. It affects everything. And I'm curious. I'm convinced the only place you can go is the pool. That's it. Or stand outside with a hose on you or something. There is nothing else you can do. There's nothing. Nothing. And kids can't be outside. Pets can't be outside. The heat index yesterday, I asked you to look. What did you see it get up to?
I think Grok said that it got up to 116 yesterday, the heat index.
116?
That's what he said. Or it said.
Gosh. That's when I was outside. That's when I was like, okay, there's an issue outside.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do anything. And so you just sit inside, you listen to us. We'll get you going this morning. Although I was bummed out, I was trying to get healthier, looking at reports about the worst thing we can do to coffee is put sugar in it again. Now, there's probably a million people out there that love this and know this. Best thing you do is put fats in it, balancing cortisol. Now, I had a trainer tell me once, he's like, you need to put, not creamer. What was he telling me to put?
Tablespoon of butter.
Yeah, he said butter. And if you're going to put anything sweet in it, I call it stevia. Maybe people say it's stevia.
Yeah.
Maybe butter and
Yes.
coconut oil.
Yep.
Coconut oil, butter for our coffee. We're in the morning. Don't even put one little bit of sugar. And I know I'm ruining mornings right and left.
I hear butter tastes really good.
Yeah, but as we get older, or for those of you who are over 40, when you start drinking the coffee with any sort of sugar or sweetener or creamer, you may think, okay, as I did, okay, well, I'm not putting that much sugar in this. It doesn't matter. It only takes a little to affect the cortisol. Then you're wondering why you can't lose weight, or why you're putting on weight, or why you can't get a ripped six-pack like Projo. And these things start to weigh on your mind. There's no need for it.
I have a keg.
Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing our show. But yeah, we talk about the issues, and people in St. Louis drink coffee. Yeah, so I never liked coffee. I drank it when I was anchoring early morning news in Detroit. And I was like, I did anything and everything I could to stay awake or to get up in the mornings, because that was a nightmare. Anybody that works a morning shift and you go in, and you work a shift from like 4 a.m. to like 11, sometimes noon. I was pounding those 5-hour energy things for like 4 years of my life. I can only imagine the internal damage I did to myself pounding 5-hour energy.
Do you remember Mini Thins?
Yeah, I do. Could you get those at the gas station?
Mm-hmm.
What did Mini Thins look like? Were they just little white tablets?
Yeah, little white pills, yeah.
Was that just straight caffeine?
I don't know what it was, but it made your hair stand on end.
Okay. I never tried them. I was afraid of it. Never wanted to do it. Never, ever wanted to do it. So I didn't. So coffee, stay away from the sugar. I know it's so bad. How do you guys get your morning started? Where are you headed this morning, or anywhere? I saw people post some pictures yesterday from pools. If you were at pools yesterday, did it work for you? Did it work? Maybe it worked. I guarantee it helps you get a little breeze and you're wet. That's going to help a little bit. I'm into rucking, Projo. I did I carry around weight. If you know what that's rucking is.
Okay.
Like I walk hills with these 40-pound vests on.
Oh, nice.
Back from when I was a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
In my dream a few times.
Yeah.
Saving people all around the world.
Mm.
I did it in the late afternoon. And I pushed myself, and I'm a little crazy. And I could not, I had probably 140 ounces of water yesterday throughout the entire day, and I could not get enough. That's what that heat is like. That's what I'm talking about, because I was sweating so much for that hour 10 minutes, or hour 20 minutes that I was out, because I was outside probably for an hour and 30 minutes in the heat.
You're nuts. Wearing a 40-pound vest.
Yeah.
Out in 116-degree weather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I picked the hottest part of the day to do it.
Right.
Just to remind myself that I can do it. I guess the problem with that is if I remind myself I can't, that'll be a serious health issue.
Or if you give yourself a heat stroke.
Yeah. No, that's why I do the things that I need to do to make sure that I am hydrated
Right.
before I even go out and do that. I'm a big believer in the liquid IV stuff too. I use that before I go out and get crazy. What were you doing yesterday if you could do anything? Walk to the mailbox, to the car? I was like, I literally, it's, oh man. Anyway, the heat index, we were talking about it today too, 117. Or what was it? What'd you say? We had a heat index yesterday of 116.
Yep.
My Lord. Okay. There's just not a lot to do. There's not a ton going on throughout the area. Kids events are getting canceled. Adults events can be canceled. We're supposed to get hit again today. 98 degrees for the high. The heat index not supposed to be as high today, though, from what I see. Not quite 116, but the temperature being higher. So, all right. Happy joy. Here we go today. 6:14 on July 24th. By the way, the hottest in the area that I could see, and if somebody else can let me know, you can jump in on our chat line at X and YouTube. Once again, X and YouTube. Arch City Now. Let us know. You can also stream us at any time, luinfo.com. Once again, luinfo.com, and give us a call at 855-282-8255. Okay, the hottest temperature I saw throughout the entire area was July 14th, 1954 in East St. Louis. No heat index, the actual temperature, 117 degrees. That's the hottest I could find on record.
And that's not even the heat index.
No, 117.
Wow.
We didn't do heat index in 1954.
Right. You were around?
No.
You said we.
We, as a community, heat index did not happen in 54. 117.
That's crazy.
They must have been testing bombs or something in the area. That's 117.
It was all the corn.
Might have been. Corn sweat, by the way. We talked about that yesterday. And when corn sweats, moisture in the air becomes thicker, and that's what we deal with. I can't remember, as evaporation or something. When corn is not getting enough water for an entire field, they start to pull water from other places in the ground, and then they push it out through the air. Almost like they're crying. Crying into the air, and we get the moisture. Anyway, hey, guys, we're ready to rock and roll this morning, 6:15. Getting you up and going. The sun is shining. A beautiful, hot Thursday morning. We got another day of it. You know what that's like. Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing the show. The St. Charles County Fair, they've got a park. They're going right through it over at Rotary Park. They're pushing right through the heat. And for some people, that's fine. But then when I'm like, okay, they literally had to make ice bags for chickens to sit on. That's how they were keeping. They're trying to keep livestock because it's part of the fair.
Wow.
Animals, chickens, ice packs for chickens to sit on, frozen water bottles for bunnies. And they allegedly go and sit right next to these ice cold bottles because that's how hot it is outside. Seriously, think about that stuff. I'm like, my gosh, where are we at right now? That's what we're dealing with when it comes to the heat. It's the summer. And before too long, we'll get past it. And that's all good. These kind of things happen. Okay. What are you doing to stay cool? We always say that. You can jump in on the chat line. X and YouTube. Once again, X and YouTube. As we told you, you can watch us there. We are your Lou Information Station. We're live and on demand at luinfo.com. We take you Monday through Friday to 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock is Hot Take Central 2.0. Sad state of affairs when it comes to our St. Louis Cardinals. Man, they lost again yesterday. Not only did they lose, it's like when the Cardinals lose, their losses are really bad. Shut out 6-0 at the worst team in baseball. The worst team. They lost 2 or 3 to the Rockies. We've won like 20 games this year. It's brutal. So obviously that tells you there's some things going on behind the scenes. They're now not so great. They're literally just one game over 500. They'll be selling, meaning they'll be selling some parts. Some of their greater players, better players will be leaving. And it's almost as if the season can't end soon enough. Really, that's how I feel. I'm sure there's a lot of Cardinal fans that feel that way. We love Cardinals. We love watching them. But the bottom line is they're a team that's headed down, and then they're coming home for 4 games today, starting today. Who's going to be at Busch Stadium tonight? Oh, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday with former manager Mike Schilt leading the Padres. The Cardinals come back to it. How brutally hot will that be earlier tonight at that game? The heat, the humidity. Woo!
It's like punishment.
Well, I mean, how low will the attendance be for this 4-game series? in St. Louis. Of all the places in America where there's baseball, not so great. Just not so great. It's like, I'm sorry. It's like, if you guys want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. But you're looking at a team that doesn't have a superstar. I can't believe they're a game over 500. I'll give Marmol credit for that. And no excitement for this year, no excitement for the season. And they're literally just playing it out. And that's what it feels like right now. We'll just play it on out. So, if you want to say anything about them, you can. Do people still watch them? You know, I have them on in the backdrop. It's like, okay, all right, we got our Cardinals on in the backdrop. It's just sad where this team, this franchise that was so great at one point in time was, and now there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing. They don't have an identity. The ownership group looks to be lost. The management group looks to be lost. And nobody's going to the games. Once again, the Savannah Bananas are the biggest baseball team in the St. Louis area. Holy freaking moly. That's where we are right now. You know, when we talk about sports, it's a good day, I guess, if you're going to be sitting inside, right? You sit inside. You don't do things outside. You do things inside. I'm surrounded by a lot of kids in my life. And, you know, much of the sports stuff, they're trying to go early, but they've canceled a lot of the practices too. And I totally get it. It makes sense. I understand why. All of those things. Where'd my other story go? I love this. Projo, you didn't know until I told you about the esports and how great Maryville University was. Remember when I told you about Maryville?
Yeah.
Well, local newspaper did an article on them. I'm glad they did. They need all the publicity. But it was about a month ago, back in June, end of June, or beginning of June, May 31st, June 1st, Maryville's League of Legends and Valorant teams clinched national titles at the 2025 College League of Legends and College Valorant Championships at North Carolina State University. The League of Legends team swept Ole Miss in a best-of-5 series, while its Valorant team won over Winthrop University in a 3-1 showdown. So I guess they have two different teams and two different levels. So they have won now. This is an incredible 20 national championships in 10 years.
So the two different levels, those are two different games. Valorant is a different game and League of Legends is a different game. So they have teams for each game.
Yes, that makes sense to me. Are you good at either one of those?
I am not. However, I know of these games through my children.
Well, Maryville won both. That's how good Maryville is. I was first turned on to the scene at Maryville. And everybody, I mean, a lot of kids, oh, my kid's so good at video games. He plays. What these guys do is at a different level. It is absolutely insane how good they are.
Oh, yeah.
20 national championships in 10 years. The number one university to attend for gaming. Yes, gaming. You go to college on gaming is Maryville University. 20 championships in 10 years.
Esports is more popular than all sports combined.
I wouldn't doubt it. I trust. I'm trusting you on that.
They make a lot of money off of it. It's the top grossing sport.
From the team in competitive video gaming, like baseball or football, players usually specialize in one title, just one. This is coming from Jordan Owsley. He's the director of esports media at Maryville. He said, but if you're a League of Legends player, oftentimes you're not playing with any other games. Just like if you're a baseball player, you're only playing baseball. You're not going to be playing soccer on the weekends. That's the sport you're dedicated to. This is freaking phenomenal. So Maryville founded its esports program. It's only been around since 2015. Literally, they've only been around for 10 years. They founded it And then 20 national championships later, here they are. Then President Dr. Mark Lombardi asked what it would take to make Maryville a national contender. Daniel Clerk, he founded the program. He said, if you give me 5 computers and 5 scholarships, I'll bring you a national championship. That gives me chills. All I need, Mr. President, are 5 computers and 5 scholarships, and I'll bring you a national championship. And they did. And now Maryville has become one of the first colleges. Well, they did. They became one of the first colleges to offer esports scholarships. It also became one of the founding members of NACE. Now Maryville is known to be the top college program in North America. 20 championship titles between its League of Legends, Rocket League, and Valorant teams in the past 10 years. They didn't have a blueprint for it. They just went after it. And now you've got these dudes that are playing freaking sports, esports, and dominating. Maryville University is the bomb when it comes to esports.
Well, that's the kind of sports I can get behind. I'm not a big sports fan, as you know.
Yeah, of course. So they've got a team GPA of 3.65. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Every player has to have at least a 3.0. They train, this is training for esports, playing video games, 8 to 10 hours a day in peak season. 8 to 10 hours a day. And that's balancing a full course load with high pressure matches streaming to thousands of viewers. That's where you can make a lot of money. Projo sits and watches the guys play video games. I've watched kids do it. I watch my kids do it.
Yeah. I watch competitive gaming.
I don't know. It's just phenomenal to me, this whole concept. And I love competition. And Maryville has offered this whole new aspect of and the kids at the school get behind it. They know. They're like, oh, the esports team. So if you want to get into video games, you have to develop a clear goal, have a clear discipline, clear foundation of what you want to achieve within the video games. That's coming from the coach. You have to understand that you have to put in the work, the sacrifice your time. I'm laughing because I'm like, video games. You have to put in the time on video games.
Yeah. Don't forget your hot Cheetos and Mountain Dew.
You have to. Yeah. You have to put in those hours more than others to be better. But you need to understand that you need to put in the time with a purpose. You can't just play, and expect yourself to get better. You have to have a foundation of how to get better. I don't know. It's just a great story from West News Magazine on Maryville's esports program. I love it. I think it's a pretty cool story when it comes to what's happening. Linda, good morning to you. Sad, it's too hot to go. Not really watching much as either. My friend will post when they win. You're talking about the Cardinals. Obviously, we appreciate you guys jumping in. You can jump in on the chat line. You can do that at YouTube and X at Arch City Now. Once again, YouTube and X at Arch City Now. That goes back to talking about the Birdnals and how bad they are. 1 game over 500. Not a lot of excitement. Just lost 2 or 3 to the worst team in the league. Got shut out in the final game. No real excitement. Cardinals come back for a 4-game series against the Padres. It's brutally hot. The heat index is high. There are not going to be many people in Busch Stadium. I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a long while since apathy this high has been in our team. At least 10 years, if not 10 years, over a decade, that apathy for the St. Louis Cardinals has been how it is right now. So, but the positive was us talking about the esports program, 20 national titles, 10 years. What a cool story for Maryville University. And representing St. Louis, they literally said, okay, we're going to make a difference. 5 scholarships, 5 computers. And before you know it, they win a national title. And then they've won tons of national titles since then. I've talked to some kids from Maryville, and it's a thing of pride for them too. But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe your kid will play video games 8 to 10 hours a day. Or at least that's the excuse. I'm trying to get a scholarship in e-gaming, Mom.
I would definitely pay for them to go to school to do that.
Mom, I'm trying to. Mom, I'm playing my video games. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get a scholarship. You can hear it already.
I'm going to pay your bills when I get older.
There is so much money when it comes to gaming, advertising, dollars, you name it, all of those things. From a video game standpoint, I don't know anything about video games. I was never really, because I was always outside playing.
I'm
Tons of sports. And then my kids never really got into it. They were always playing sports. We're always on the go. But then there are a lot of other people who just want to sit and play video games, and there's a market for that as well, as we can see. All right. This is Art City Now. I'm Vic Faust. That's the voice of Projo. Glad you guys are with us. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Hot Take Central 2.0 comes up at 8 o'clock. The former Blue Cam Jansen and St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. If you want to give us a call, you can do that as well at 855-282-8255. We are the Lou Information Station. We're live and on demand at louinfo.com. Back with more of the show right after this, including talking a little bit. You want to see one of the biggest blue catfish ever caught? Stay with us. Massive.
In your city with Kelly and Gordon. It's the hottest happy hour in STL radio. A high-energy, high-impact weekday radio show blending relationship values, celebrity buzz, community love, and sharp business insight. This is where storytelling meets strategy. It's the pulse of the city, bringing the energy, stories, and voices of STL to life. In your city with Kelly and Gordon. Weekday afternoons at 4, only on the Lou Information Station.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It should not be based solely on advertisements.
Not sure how to get a lawyer after an accident? Call Brown & Crouppen. We'll walk you through it. Worried it'll cost too much? Here's a fact. At Brown & Crouppen, you pay nothing up front, and we never get paid unless you do. When you're our client, you'll have all your questions answered, all for free. Hurt? Get the facts and help you need. Call Brown & Crouppen now.
Hey everyone, Cam Jansen here to tell you about the experts at Fast Signs in Earth City. Fast Signs can handle any and all of your business visibility needs, from traditional signs and graphics to digital to core graphics and anything in between. Fast Signs in Earth City has you covered. The station uses them, the Blues use them, and you will love the work they do. Call 314-344-4400 for your custom signage needs today. That's Fast Signs in Earth City. 314-344-4400.
LouInfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown & Crouppen, 222-2222.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. A house fire killed a man in South St. Louis on Wednesday. 54-year-old Bradley Rowe died in the fire in the 4100 block of Tyrolean Avenue. Investigators are looking into the cause of the fire. A St. Peter's woman pleaded guilty to felony arson for setting 3 Puerto Rico businesses on fire in January. Danielle Bertothy was kicked out of a bar and returned later with a gas can, according to investigators. A monster catfish was recently hauled in by an angler on the Missouri River. An 86-pound blue catfish was caught using gizzard bait near Washington, Missouri. Wally Klein told the Missouri Department of Conservation it's the biggest fish he's ever caught, and he released it after getting a photo. President Trump's recently passed Big Beautiful Bill repeals energy tax credits, and that could cause electricity bills in Missouri to spike by $640 per year for the average household. Missouri's increase would be the highest in the nation. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. We have an extreme heat warning in effect today from the National Weather Service. Really hot and really humid. Sunshine, and we're headed for about 100 on the afternoon high air temperature. The heat index as high as 110, so take it easy in the sunshine today. A few clouds and maybe a shower overnight. Upper 70s, scattered thunderstorms, and mid-90s Friday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill has a new menu. But don't freak out. Hot Shots favorites are still there, like their famous wings, tacos, burgers, and pizzas. Plus, sure to be new faves like Big Philly egg rolls, the Bold and Hearty Slugger sandwich, the Buffalo chicken pizza, and 2 new wing sauces, Carolina Gold and Bourbon Glaze. And making a comeback, it's the return of Hot Shots' legendary waffle fries. So now there's even more to love at Hot Shots. Come try out the new menu at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Find the location nearest you at hotshotsnet.com.
Is your brand stuck on the sidelines? Tired of feeling like your marketing budget is just warming the bench? Well, then it's time to get in the game with Eyesight Media. We don't just put your brand near the action, we put you in the action. Imagine this, your company front and center, showcased in NCAA and pro stadiums and arenas nationwide. If you're ready to elevate your brand to MVP status, don't miss this shot. Visit eyesightmediagroup.com today to apply for an in-arena partnership. That's eyesightmediagroup.com.
This hour of content on the Lou Information Station is brought to you by Grandpa Pigeons, Johnny Mac's Sporting Goods, and Becky's Carpet and Tile Superstore.
Hey, see that, kids? That's the St. Louis Arch, the gateway to the west.
The Lou Information Station, where we'll always call it Highway 40 or Highway 40 if you're a boomer.
The St. Louis expression?
Stream our content 24/7 at louinfo.com. The Lou Information Station. Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back into the show. 6:35 is our time. July 24th. Glad you're with us today. Good morning to you, St. Louis. What have you got to look forward to today? Hopefully you've got some indoor plans. If you're working, you don't have to be outside. Hey, there are people who are working outside in this too. All kinds of industries. I mean, all kinds. It would take us too long to try to think of all the people who are out there. But if you want to give people a shout out who are doing what they do and doing it so well, we'll do that too. I'm involved with a construction company, and I know these guys are busting their arses out on roofs and all exterior work. And I mean, I'm talking about rucking with a 40-pound backpack on my back, walking up hills. Oh, yeah. I'm struggling. And guess what? I do it for an hour. I hydrate myself and know that after an hour or an hour and 30 minutes, I'll be able to go inside. That's not the case for these men and women who are outside doing a lot of work.
You mean roofers and construction people don't take heat advisory days?
No, sometimes.
Okay.
No. Our crews, our guys, they're out there busting their butt.
That's nuts.
Why do you think it's nuts?
You should get paid more at least, because that's like hazard. You should get hazard pay. I mean, you're literally sacrificing your body.
I can say that's why I'm listening. I'm like, it's not like I'm disagreeing. It's why? So companies should offer hazard pay throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area for people who have to work in these conditions.
On heat advisory days, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Like overtime pay.
Well, of course, everybody's going to love that idea.
Yeah.
More money.
Well, I mean, I think it's ridiculous to have to work in this for regular pay.
It's tough. I know. I get it. That is a good point. And heat advisory days are determined by what exactly? Again, I don't know what it means. Is it over 90?
That I don't know. I can check.
But then you have people, well, back in the day, we built America in these temperatures. America's gotten soft. St. Louis is soft. We built this country in heat.
Yeah, so anything over 100 degrees and heat index of 105.
Yeah, you know what? That's insane.
Yeah.
It is. And I'm just saying, because I know I'm associated with these guys. You get worn out. You do. You get worn out. But I know bosses, we're going to get heat pay. It's literally called heat pay. I mean, think of the people who are out doing a bunch of things where you have no reprieve. What jobs are those? Right?
Road workers.
Construction.
Yep. Road workers.
Construction, road workers. When I say construction, that's roofing as well. I don't know who else. If you're out and about and you're working in these conditions, let us know. I mean, I know you've got the guys, Amazon drivers, UPS, FedEx. Those guys have air, but they're in and out. And they're basically in open air vehicles a lot of the times as well.
Yeah.
Where those things can happen. Where you're dealing with the heat. Boy, oh boy.
I mean, you got pool cleaners, you got landscapers.
Yeah, and
there's
just
all
because you're a
kinds of
pool
people.
cleaner does not mean you're jumping in somebody else's
Right,
pool.
exactly.
That would be an issue. You may not have many jobs, or though maybe some of the people may love it that you do such a good job and you become friends with them. Like, take a dip.
Right. I think that most people wouldn't mind. It's like,
Go
oh,
from
yeah.
pool to pool, be a pool cleaner. But how many pool cleaners have you seen? The guys are just in their swim trunks or, whatever.
Right.
Although we've come up with a new business.
Yeah.
Never mind. New term to pool boys and pool girls and everything else. Oh my gosh. Projo, why do you always have to take things where you're a bad influence?
You did it.
I know, but you lead me into those things, Projo. This is Arch City Now. I'm Vic Faust. YouTube and X is where you can watch us at Arch City Now. Once again, Arch City Now on YouTube and X. You can also stream us all the time, our show and all the shows on the network at luinfo.com, luinfo.com, 855-282-8255. That's 855-282-8255. Projo's Pool Service, baby. I can see Projo, you'll show up to clean people's pools.
Yeah, with my keg hanging out.
With your keg hanging out and Darth Vader, the mascot, hanging alongside. There you go.
Yeah.
If you want to give us a call, you can do so. The phone number is 855-282-8255. Once again, 855-282-8255. In our first segment, some of the highlights: esports domination by Maryville University, 20 titles in 10 years. Congrats to them. Yeah, want to stay inside and play video games today and get better in a career in e-gaming. Today's the day to do it. You can also jump in on our chat line. Love it. We'll get you out there. We'll talk about you, your comments, whatever it is. Talk with us, talk with others who jump in. You can do that on X and YouTube as well at Arch City Now. We're also looking for Facebook followers, not just likes, Facebook followers, right, Projo? Because I
Yes.
went and looked. It's Facebook likes,
Yes.
Arch City Now. If you have problems getting to it, let us know. We appreciate it. Let us know. Okay. The heat it's a big story. It's a big factor. It's probably the number one thing people are talking about. The heat index yesterday, the heat index hit 116. That's according to Grok, Projo's best friend.
Hey, he's done me some good.
That's Projo. You hang out with Grok, right?
I do.
You sit there and you just talk to Grok back.
He's my
and
boy.
forth.
No,
Grok.
I don't do that. Some people do though. Some people will have full on conversations like Eric Johnson.
I know his is a female.
Yes.
This leads into all the weird stuff with robots and everything else and fake humans. Yes, that does exist. The hottest day ever in the city of St. Louis, or at least in the area, allegedly was in East St. Louis, 1954, July 14th. The temperature, no heat index, the temperature, 117. So imagine that. So we had yesterday, it felt like 116 outside. So then it would be typical, I guess. And maybe 116 with a heat index with the humidity might be worse than having 117 of heat. It might be just because of the humid, the wetness, the heavy factor. I don't know. Just it's too damn hot to go outside and do a lot of the things that are happening. We did tell you the St. Charles County Fair is still going on right now. They're pushing through over at Rotary Park. They're trying to take care of animals of all kinds there with cooling packs and ice packs and water bottles that are frozen. So, that's an option for you. But a lot of other things are being canceled. Like Missouri Botanical Garden canceled their normal Wednesday night concert last. They're like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. It's going to be too hot to go out and do that. Can't do that. And then, of course, you have other events around town that are being canceled. Sporting events, practices. Is it worth practicing in the heat for kids? As Projo was just talking about with the construction industry, there are days where guys won't go up on roofs and work, but then that's why you work early. You work earlier in the day before you get to those temperatures, and it shouldn't be as bad as it would be a little bit later in the day. Also, Cardinals lost yesterday. Shut out 6-0 to the league's worst team, the Rockies. They lost 2 of 3 in Colorado. So now they're 9.5 games behind first place. 3.5 out in the wild card, but they're chasing 3 teams ahead of them for that. It doesn't look good. They are a game over 500. They come back home for a 4-game series. I'm predicting it now. I just don't think with the Heat and, of course, the Cardinals, even though they have the Padres in, a team that's a pretty good team with some superstars, you're going to see many people going downtown this weekend. You're just not. It's not going to happen. And, when's the last time we saw apathy? When's the last time we saw a disinterest, so to speak, in the Cardinals? I think it's been over 10 years. At least 2015 you have to go back to. At least over a decade since we have seen people not caring about the Cardinals like they do now and not going to the games. For whatever reasons, those things are going on. Okay, we are Arch City now. One thing that, heck, you can't even go out and fish right now. And if you're trying to fish, a lot of people like to, I've noticed a lot of kids are fishing more. I've seen in the last 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just the kids that I'm around. I just see more people trying to fish. And speaking of fishing, look at this. You always, if you're going to fish, you love and you become a avid about it. You want to pull in a big fish. First of all, you want to get the bites. Then you want to be in a situation where you can get that big fish. And this guy got his big fish. Look at this fish.
What is that?
That is a blue catfish. And I'm trying to pull it up on my computer screen again so I can give you. This guy caught it near Washington, Missouri. And you're talking about a massive, massive fish, 86 pounds.
It looks like it weighs almost as much as he does. I'm surprised he can pick that thing up.
Gizzard bait. Gizzard bait is what that was caught on.
Wow.
Projo, have you ever fished in your life really much?
Oh, yeah.
And what's the biggest fish you've ever caught?
Man, I never really, nothing big. I'm not that big of a fisherman, but I have fished and I have caught fish.
Well, it's okay. He caught it in the Missouri River. And, the Missouri River allegedly has been known for large catfish. But this 86-pound blue catfish was caught by Wally Klein. I talked about him using the gizzard bait. It's a personal record. You think?
That's a monster.
But it's also a significant achievement in the world of freshwater fishing. How about this? Okay. The Missouri and Mississippi rivers are prime locations for catching large catfish. And this event highlights the potential for such catches in these waters. So, congrats. It's a big one. He caught it. Obviously, took those pictures. I mean, that's heavy. And 86 pounds holding like that, that's insane. So he released it, took the pictures, released it. He had a rod and reel set up, and then it was just strength.
That would have fed an army.
Yeah, we'll see if that fish, how big that fish can become. I mean, look at that. For our people who are not watching on the Facebook, who are not watching us on X and YouTube and just listening to us, this guy is struggling. An 86-pound blue catfish. It was near Washington, Missouri as well. That it's just big. Blue catfish, by the way, we're told, like his, favor fast-moving water near the main channel and waterways with a strong current. I guess usually everything with fish is about their feeding. But if you're going to fish that area, strong currents in deep water demand different fishing strategies than those used in smaller lakes or streams. So there you go. The only thing I couldn't find was how long it took him to reel it in. I mean, an 86-pound freaking catfish.
Yeah, he was working on that for a while.
Oh, boy. I don't know if the fish are going to be biting a lot today or not. Maybe in the evening time. It's just so darn hot outside. But congratulations to Wally Klein. Yeah, look at him smiling like, yeah, I can hold this 86-pound fish here all day. That fish, I guarantee he dropped that thing fast. Fast.
Yeah, he wasn't hanging on to it.
86 pounds. Look at the backdrop. Doesn't it look like he's in an ocean or something?
Yeah, it's just
the Missouri
it's cut off at the top.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. The Missouri River. So there you go. Congrats to Wally. There's our good news of the morning. 6:48 is the time. It's July 24th. If you get those big old fish, let us know if you get a big one. You can also jump in on our chat line. YouTube and X. Once again, that's YouTube and X, Arch City Now. Once again, YouTube and X, Arch City Now. You can stream us and watch us there, but you can also jump in on the chat line is there. You can say hi, let us know what's happening in your area today. If you want to give a shout out to a person, business, event, we can do that as well for you. We'd love to talk about that, especially if there's anything going on, because we know we're in that dog days of summertime. Lots of heat, not a lot going on. Some people taking vacations. If you have the opportunity to get to a pool, maybe that's where you go today. The problem is you just can't sit outside and do much. We talk about people having to be outside for work. If you see them, whatever, you want to help them out in some way, you can do that as well. That's very kind of you. But there's just not a lot going on. It's just not a sweet situation for people there. How about this story? Especially, we talk about the heat. You've got a situation now, the heat. Remember you talking about bills? Are people worried about their electricity bills? How high can those go? How high may they go?
And what choice do you have?
You don't have a choice.
Right.
That's just it. You don't. What will you do? Imagine when people didn't have air conditioning.
I have no idea what that was like, and I'm so glad I did not have to deal with that.
I mean, well, I read an article about Sweet Cheeks Bakery. Sweet Cheeks Bakery. They're in Fenton, or at least I know there's at least one in Fenton. They say that their electricity bill in 2 months has gone from $200 to $960.
Whoa.
$200 to run operations for their business has gone up to $960 in just 2 months because of the heat.
Electric companies shouldn't be able to do that. I'm just saying.
I agree. I do agree. But what should they do? Are you not allowed to? I mean, if there's a way that's set up, I mean,
if people get tax breaks, for certain things, we should get heat advisory breaks on energy, or even like heating or cooling.
Well, they said, because their deal was Ameren, Missouri's manager of customer advocacy said that the organization was already approved for a price hike, which took effect on June 1st, an average of $14.
So not only are people using more, they hike the price. No,
with the rate hike increasing during this was the rate hike. So their rate hike all of a sudden just happens during the hottest months of the year, combined with the heat that we have and it working overtime. Watson said she saw the major rise during June with a bill of $518. So she went, whoa, we went from $200 to $518 in 1 month. She said, I was ugly, crying, to be honest. We'd already made arrangements and rearranged schedules and changed menu items. And then came the next bill. So Ameren had a rate hike all of a sudden during the summer. And then you have to do this. And she's like, but guess what? It's not just Ameren. You got your water bill, your trash bill, rent prices going up. The last thing you worry about is being able to sleep comfortably and making sure that your fridge is powered so that your business can continue. You are the one supplier in Missouri, and this is what you're doing to us. It's a slap in the face coming from a small business owner.
It's a cash grab. Cash grab.
It's that's a lot. A rate hike, then combined with the heat, they're prices go from $200 to $960 in 2 months. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm not getting it. This country was built on small business and small businesses. And it's just sad to think or hear these things happening with small businesses because of rate hikes and then the prices. And then, of course, the heat on top of everything that's going on right now. I'm curious if anybody has seen their bills go up, what they're expecting. You can jump in on the chat line and let us know from that standpoint as well. Arch City Now at YouTube, Arch City Now on X as well. If you want to give us a call, you can do that as well. 855-282-8255. 855-282-8255. This is Arch City Now. We're here Monday through Friday, bringing you the stories, what's happening in this area, those sorts of things. Is there a story that you want to promote? Is there somebody you want to give a shout out to? We can do that for you as well. What's happening in the St. Louis area that people may not be aware of? Those sorts of things that are happening. I know there's a lot of things that are coming up in the St. Louis area in the next week. And of course, we'll be getting into them, but you can start planning for some of those things that are happening. We got the balloon Glodio is at Brookdale Farms. That's next weekend.
I'm assuming that's a rodeo and a balloon glow.
The balloon Glodio.
What is a glodio?
At Brook, no, it's at like a glow.
Just
it's
a balloon glow?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A balloon up, dude. Like balloons glow.
Right.
It rhymes with rodeo, so you have it at Brookdale Farms.
Right. Oh, okay. I got you.
So that's next week.
I was wondering where the rodeo part came
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, you got it, buddy. So that's something that's coming up. Really cool sight to see the balloons in the dark, at night, you name it, all of those things. So we're Arch City Now. Seriously, let us know what's happening, who you want to give shout outs to. We'll do that. We appreciate those things that happen. Also, the Missouri Botanical Garden, we talked about them. They canceled their music festival last night because of the heat, but they'll be back next week. Once again, they'll be coming back next week. And if anything else has been canceled that you know of, let us know. People just kind of biding their time. You just kind of sit back, relax, and you wait. Working inside. Love to hear about electricity bills that have gone up, massively gone up, especially because of rate hikes or heats throughout the St. Louis area. We just want to try to protect and talk about everything that people are dealing with there. Something else that's coming up next week, the Missouri tax-free weekend for parents when it comes to kids in school. That's back where you're not paying sales tax. That's next weekend. Once again, that'll be next weekend as well, so people can plan to take care of that. Those things are going on. Also, I'm trying to get some of the headlines here in the first break. The Festival of Nations in Tower Grove said that they're coming back with 200 vendors. They'll be back August 23rd and 24th. Once again, that's August 23rd and August 24th. We're here Monday through Friday from 6 to 8 a.m. Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Jansen and Jim the Cat Hayes. They're here from 8 to 10 every day, Monday through Friday. Grateful that you guys are with us as we broadcast live out of our studios in Chesterfield, Missouri at Strategic Air Services, a part of this network of the 590 of the 590 show, luinfo.com, KLIS. Once again, if you want to get in on the show, you can. 855-282-8255. Once again, 855-282-8255. We are Arch City Now, YouTube X. Once again, YouTube X. We're looking for followers on Facebook. Please go to Facebook. That way we can stream there as well. Once again, we need at least 100, so head there. If you like the show, Arch City Now on Facebook, please sign up. Okay. In our second hour, Quick Trip being accused of serving a man who was over 21, but accused of being drunk and serving him alcohol. We'll get back to it. We're the Lou Information Station, live and on demand at luinfo.com.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
Hey, listen to me. I'm one of the credit cards in your wallet. I'm about to explode and pop like a balloon. You're using me and my brothers way too much.
Your credit cards aren't the only ones annoyed. It's your paycheck that doesn't have enough to pay everything. Save your credit cards, your paycheck, and yourself a lot of PAIN. Pain. Call the debt helpline now, not tomorrow, right now. Our experts will show you how you can cut your interest rates and your payments on your credit cards in half. Credit card companies have special assistance programs designed to help you. Make this 100% free call right now and learn how you could get out of credit card debt. Here's the number.
800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. That's 800-406-6569. Paid for by Zero Debt.
Broadcasting live from the J. Randolph Jr. Studios, this is the Lou Information Station, KLIS 590 AM, Wood River, St. Louis.
USA Radio News, I'm John Summers. The White House says former President Obama tried to sabotage President Trump after his 2016 election victory. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said newly declassified documents confirm the allegation.
The Obama administration manufactured politicized intelligence, which was later used as the justification for baseless smears against President Trump.
Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard said Obama officials suppressed evidence. Leavitt said the documents also further confirmed there was no collusion between President Trump and Russia. Trump's attempt to have grand jury transcripts related to a probe into Jeffrey Epstein in Florida released is denied. A judge rejected the Department of Justice's request Wednesday. The transcripts are connected with federal investigations in 2005 and 2007. Trump has faced pressure from both sides of the aisle to release more files on the convicted sex offender. Trump's planning to visit the Federal Reserve today, the latest move in his efforts to pressure Chairman Jerome Powell. Trump has repeatedly criticized Powell for not lowering interest rates, a decision Powell says is based on the uncertainty of Trump's tariff policies. Trump's visit will be the first by a president to the central bank in almost 20 years. Columbia University has agreed to pay a $200 million fine over the next 3 years to resolve allegations from the Trump administration it discriminated against Jewish students. Brian Kohberger was sentenced Wednesday to life in prison without parole for the murders of 4 college students in Idaho. Kohberger admitted to the 2022 killings in a plea deal to avoid the death penalty. He also didn't have to explain his motive for taking the lives of the students as part of the deal. Family members of the victims read impact statements while Kohberger sat in the courtroom. From America's News Network, USA Radio News.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into. And that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MetaShare works too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. You can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE 40. 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE.
News reports on the Lou Information Station are presented by Brown and Crouppen. Brown and Crouppen, 222-2222. 222-2222.
Who needs a vacation? Are you ready for an unforgettable getaway? Start packing your bags because Branson, Missouri, the vacation and entertainment capital of the U.S., is calling your name. For just $99 per person, here's what you get. A full 3-day, 2-night stay in a luxury resort hotel. A delicious full breakfast buffet every morning you're here. And when you call right now, free show tickets worth up to $100. That's right, free show tickets to an award-winning show on us. You don't have to leave the country for an amazing vacation. You can drive or fly to Branson and have an incredible time. Whether you bring in the whole family or just planning a romantic escape, this trip is built for you. We guarantee you'll love Branson. This is not a timeshare. It's just an unbeatable vacation deal for only $99 per person. You book now, you can use your tickets anytime this year. You don't even need to know your travel dates to lock in the special price. Hurry, because this offer won't last long. Call our Branson vacation experts today.
800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. That's 800-497-7198. Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
The Lou Information Station presents Art City Now with Vic Faust.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Good morning. Happy Thursday, July 24th. It is 7:05. The sun is shining. Glad you're with us today. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing the show. I am Vic Faust, Pro Joe alongside as well, covering all things St. Louis, big and small. It doesn't have to be something massive. Love promoting the city, love promoting people making news, albeit throughout our city, on social media, whatever their niche, their expertise may be, in regards to helping educate you, better inform you of all things that are out there for you to partake in and do whatever it is. If you want to jump in on the show, you can call 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. You can always stream everything on our network, luinfo.com. Once again, luinfo.com. That is our website. It is also where you can learn about our show, all the other shows, Cam Jansen, the former Blue, Jim the Cat Hayes, Cardinals broadcaster. They do a show every morning following us from 8 to 10. That is called Hot Take Central 2.0. Now, for those of you who are watching, you obviously see it. We're on YouTube. We're on X. You can find us at Arch City Now. Once again, YouTube and X, Arch City Now. Appreciate it if you're watching to please go to Facebook as well or listening and follow us there. Like us, follow us. The more people we get there, then we can start streaming on Facebook as well, just to give you guys more of an opportunity to jump in with who we are and what we're doing. It's not great news, but it is the St. Louis Cardinals. They lost again yesterday. Shut out 6-0 in Colorado to the worst team in baseball. They lost 2 or 3 games coming out of the All-Star break. The worst thing that could have happened pretty much happened besides being swept. But when you lose 6-0 on getaway day, tough to stomach that. But they have to, and we do as fans, which led me into thinking that there's just a bunch of apathy with the Cardinals. Never thought I would say this. I don't think a lot of people care. I just don't think they do right now. And I hate that. That goes back to management, not putting a team on the field that is exciting. And we all knew it going into the season. They had a really good May, had some anticipation, and then that's where we are. Cardinals back in town, though, today. 4-game series Padres in town, former manager Mike Shildt. Gosh, we'd love the days of Mike Shildt about now. Love the days of Mike Shildt. But he's got San Diego moving and shaking. They're doing pretty well, having a good season. They're in the playoff hunt, too. They actually have one of the wild card spots right now. Cardinals trail the final wild card spot by 3.5 games, but they're only a team that's one game over 500. So if you still care about the Cardinals, want to chime in on it, do so. We appreciate it. We'll always talk our birds and what they can do to get better. Is it totally for next season? What Cardinal is going to be traded away for some young talent? Because they've got a couple. And when would that happen as well? Other big story that's going on throughout the air, it's the heat. It is. I mean, you can only talk about the weather so many times, but the heat. Heat indice yesterday, heat index reached 116. That's insane to me. 116, and it felt like it. You can't do anything outside. Maybe going to the pool, staying wet in water, that can help. Outside of that, there's nothing else to be doing outside. And there's people working, men and women, in a variety of jobs. So if you see them out there, you want to help them, give them a shout out, thank them for the job that they're doing, get them something to drink, whatever the case, feel free to do that. Those people appreciate that because there are people who are working out there. What did we learn in the first hour? Projo wants hazard pay for people who are working outside in the heat, at least on heat warning days.
Yeah, heated.
So are we what kind of payment are we talking about? There's the normal overtime structure pay?
I mean, why not? Time and a half, sure.
Time and a half. There you go. I like that.
I mean, you're sacrificing your body. I mean,
yeah, you are.
That's
You're
the ultimate
sacrificing
sacrifice.
It is. It is a big sacrifice. Are you trying to turn the HVAC system, your cooling system, down more? Are you having to in the house? Do you notice it being a factor? We talked about a story a little bit earlier. Ameren with a rate hike in June as the temperatures started to rise. One local news did a story on Sweet Cheeks Bakery in Fenton, said their bills literally went from $200 to $960 in 2 months because of a rate hike plus the heat that we have right now. Unfreaking believable that that's happening. We just want to focus on all the stories, things that are happening to people all throughout the St. Louis area, because a lot of times we may think it's only us, but it's other people may be dealing with the same things. Other people may be able to help you. Maybe there's a chat line here that can help, and you can join us on our chat line. That's X and YouTube. You'll already go to X and YouTube where you stream us at Arch City Now. Once again, that's Arch City Now. And then, of course, you can jump into the conversation, talk with other people about some of the stories, some of the things that are happening. Maybe in your life around town, you want to give shout outs to people, people who are outside working, maybe working on your house, maybe bringing you your goods, doing whatever. That's what we want to do, promoting the good throughout our St. Louis metropolitan area. By the way, we are here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Okay. Another interesting story that I saw that came down the pipeline was this one. And I don't know. I guess you can make your judgment. I think Quick Trip, whenever I've been there, they do a phenomenal job. They're taught. There's a lot of people, they really, if you ever go into a Quick Trip, like they love, hey, I can get you over here. I can do it. It's almost like they're an auctioneer. All right, I'll get you over here on the left side. That's going to be $5. Do you want this? You want that? You want a receipt? Okay, over here now. They do a phenomenal job. My experiences, and they offer so much. But you put yourself in some of their cashiers' positions. So now you've got a Quick Trip. This is the Quick Trip in St. Peter's on North Main. So they've been accused of selling alcohol to a drunk man before he got into a crash. So try to put yourself in the situation. Literally, they're facing a lawsuit now because they said they sold alcohol to a drunk man right before he got into a crash. This was back in 2020. So the lawsuit now comes forward, or it has been a bit. So the lawsuit says that the gas station sold alcohol to a man who, according to his employer, was already intoxicated when he left work. He then purchased 2 large cans of alcohol. We don't know what kind of alcohol, which he drank in the Quick Trip parking lot. Have you ever seen somebody guzzling cans of alcohol in the Quick Trip parking lot?
No, thankfully.
The lawsuit says the man then later re-entered the gas station, caused a scene. Officers were called. Before officers arrived, the man drove off and crashed into a car. A couple was injured in that crash. So now the 2 victims of the crash are coming back with a lawsuit because they were in the hospital for a combined 22 days. They're suing Quick Trip for neglect, which led to those injuries. So once again, there's always these stories that happen. Is Quick Trip responsible for selling alcohol to a man that they may or may not have known? Because this guy came into the place. He had already bought the alcohol. So it wasn't like he was outside drinking alcohol, came in, started a scene, then they sold it to him. So I'm trying to figure this whole thing out right now. And I don't know Missouri state law on that. And I try to put myself in both the people who got hurt, and then the person, the cashier who sold the 2 cans of alcohol. Projo, you're raising your hand behind the scenes. Where do you feel this story goes, or what is your opinion on it?
So I feel like it's a parallel here with...
I'd love to see you.
Oh, sorry. My bad. I feel like it's a parallel between, like, if you were to go to a guns and ammo store and buy a gun before you murder somebody. Does that make the gun store liable?
Yeah, I know. I just don't. Here's my thing. Yeah, okay, great point. How is Quick Trip supposed to know if this man was drunk or not? How are they supposed to know if he left work and was drunk, even though the employer said that the man was drunk? Because if we go around trying to judge if somebody's drunk or not and not serving them, that opens up another bag of worms as well. Or at least that's what I would think.
Yeah, I mean, people can have neurological conditions where they look like they're drunk all the time too. So, but then again, if you're buying alcohol and you look like you're drunk,
and everybody shows signs of alcohol differently. They do.
Yeah.
Happy, sad, quiet, loud. So now we're going to sit here at Quick Trip where we do things really quick and try to say if somebody's, we're not going to sell you. I hate this story and I hate it for the family. I do. But my gosh, is that really Quick Trip's fault? With the details that we have been shown, is that really Quick Trip's fault? I don't know. And I hate it for that family. I do. Because we don't even know. I mean, you spend 22 combined days in the hospital. That's a problem. That is a serious problem. So, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to get a settlement so it doesn't go to court from Quick Trip. But clearly, it's been 5 years and Quick Trip hasn't paid anything or given any money for a settlement. So that tells me that Quick Trip thinks that their checkout person, their cashier, was in the right, that they didn't do anything wrong, despite what this guy did in the parking lot and then raced off. I mean, they called police on him. Somebody called police on him. He did not get any more alcohol after the police were called. So then it's like, okay, all right. So whose fault is it? Is it anybody's fault?
I think it's the guy who's drinking the alcohol and crashing into people. I think that's his fault.
Yeah. From the chat line, and by the way, you can jump in on the chat line if you're just joining us on X and YouTube. Todd says, yeah, you're asking some 18-year-old to police the counter. Absolutely not.
Well,
I agree. And once again, that doesn't mean I don't care for the couple who was injured by this drunk driver.
You have the same responsibility as a bartender or a server when it comes to serving alcohol. You can cut people off. If you're a gas station attendant, you sure
Well,
can.
yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Of course you can. But how are they to know? There's no evidence that's been presented for this checkout. What do we call them? A cashier?
Well, most cashiers are trained and taught to look, because every bartender, every server, you're taught to learn the cutoff point and what people,
But once again, the cutoff point. But they haven't served alcohol to anybody.
Well, what I'm saying
They're not
is,
repeat people. They're just coming in and then leaving, coming in and leaving.
when he came in, he might not have shown any signs of being drunk.
Yeah.
But when he went out to his car, he chugged all, and that's
Correct.
when,
But he didn't get any more alcohol after that.
right. So yeah, I don't think it's the gas station
I
attendant's
don't
fault.
either. I don't. And that's why I think and then you have an attorney who's trying to get some money from the guy who injured them. Yeah, maybe if the guy's been in 10 times. That was my point. If anybody's responsible in this entire situation, it's the guy. It's his insurance company.
100%.
And that's where it heads. Now, obviously, they're trying to get more. They see dollar signs when it comes to Quick Trip. And it's like, oh, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Let's head over there. Let's see if we can ring up some dollars. And the sad thing is that you've got a couple that were injured spending that much time in the hospital because somebody hit them. I just felt it was interesting that this lawsuit now coming public from the Quick Trip in St. Peter's on North Main. So they start to talk about it and see what's going there. All right. How about this first study I saw that came out? Humans' biggest fears, that you're only born with two fears. Born with. You can be born with two fears. Fear of heights and loud noises. That according to a study that was done when it came to human health. Researchers.
Fear is a defense
Primal
mechanism.
fears are thought to be evolutionary, survival mechanisms. I've always thought that my fear of heights was natural. It's like, wait a second. If I'm standing up here, I should be concerned that I could fall off or somebody could hit me and I could fall off. That is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are you afraid of heights? Okay. It has nothing. It's a built, and now I know it's a built-in freaking factor that is a good thing. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
At 17, 18 years old.
Loud noises, a good thing. Primal fear, survival. I agree. Evolutionary ones. Other fears, such as, and here you go, fear of the dark, spiders, social anxiety. Those are what you would call learned fears through life experiences, cultural influences, rather than being innate. And I could not agree anymore.
Yeah. I tell you, you can develop, I didn't have the fear of heights when I was younger, and that's for me, that was a learned fear because I almost fell off one of those towers. So
yeah, exactly. 100%. I get it. Because I've had people that made fun of me for being not so fond of being high in the air.
Yeah. I think I told you the story about me going up in the arch and I had to hold onto the wall while I was up there.
Yeah, you did. You told me that.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty ridiculous, Projo.
It is. I'm not gonna deny it.
Were you holding onto the side because you were looking out? Your
Yes.
balance was off?
Yeah.
Okay, the first time I drove in Colorado and I was driving up in the mountains. Now, I'd been to Colorado a couple different times already, but the first time I was actually driving up some of these mountains and I'm looking out over and driving, I'm like, oh my God. I felt that fear, that uneasiness in my stomach.
I drove through Denver up the mountain and down the mountain at night, thankfully.
What? Thankfully?
Yeah, so I couldn't
That's the last time I'd want to be driving.
So I couldn't see all the...
Yeah. Oh, no, I get it. I hear you. By the way, we appreciate you guys jumping in on the chat line. This is Arch City now. Talking about news and stories and headlines and water cooler talk, things that affect you in St. Louis. 95% of what we talk about is St. Louis. Every now and then we have a story like this that still affects you and our community and things that we have going on all around. That's for sure. 7:22 is our time. Whatever you guys think, I don't know. Oh well, it is what it is. Now you know when it comes to being afraid of heights and or whatever else you guys are doing.
We did get a message from Donna Greiner.
What did Donna want to say today?
She says, "Hey, Vic and Pro Joe, when will you be on Facebook Live? Hopefully soon. We have to get at least 100 followers first." And she also says, "Is that the fish they were fishing for on Grumpier Old Men?"
Yeah, exactly. They got it this one.
They delayed going to their children's wedding to catch that fish.
That's exactly what they did.
She says we're funny.
Okay. Appreciate it, Donna. You can always jump in. And Donna sent us a message that was at archcitynow@gmail.com. Once again, archcitynow@gmail.com. She wants us to be streaming on Facebook. We need to have 100 followers there. Help us out from that standpoint. Go there, like, subscribe, share the show. Let your friends know. Let your foes know. Let anybody know. They can jump in and do that. Here's something that'll, for our Metro East people, and this could be a reason, and we did this study last week, or this survey, the state where most people are leaving and coming to Missouri from is Illinois. And a lot of people thought, oh, state taxes and things are expensive. Well, State Farm is now raising Illinois home insurance rates by 27%. Why can't Illinois, are they trying to get rid of everybody in their state? They were already the top state, that was California, Illinois, of losing their population. And when the surveys were done, it said because of financial issues. State Farm jacking up home insurance rates by 27%. That's horrible. They're already expensive. And here's the other thing about insurance that I've known throughout the St. Louis area. You're expected to pay your insurance on time. And you're expected to make sure that those premiums are taken care of. And then if something happens to you, you probably realize how difficult it is to have them do their job and get things done fast and give you exactly what you lost in return for everything being equal. It doesn't happen. Oh my gosh, it hurts my heart for people when I see this. I don't have State Farm and I don't live in Illinois, but that's a frustrating thing. And by the way, I know people have State Farm, and if you dealt with any storms, I'd be curious to get your opinion on if you feel the same way that I've had some other people talk to me about State Farm. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, I deal with insurance companies a lot. When I'm away from here, a lot. I will be positive and say, if by chance you can, the number one insurance agency that I've seen, it's been best to work with, my humble opinion, I'm not trying to be mean to State Farm or anybody else, is USAA. If you've seen the commercials, if you know somebody military related, whatever, they rock. They are great to deal with. Unbelievable to deal with. So we won't say what ones are bad. It's frustrating when I see that why 27% for home insurance in the state of Illinois. Something has to be going on for them to raise it 27%. I mean, it's already difficult in Florida to insure homes, and that's why you saw the market do what it did. And a lot of people were trying to leave Florida. It's so difficult to insure houses. That's another positive in the state of Missouri, is that it's relatively affordable to live here in the state of Missouri. It is. I know that we have situations that may make us think differently, but it is very affordable to live in Missouri and the St. Louis area. And then you add that insurance story, and it's like, my gosh, what else could be thrown to us as well? From the chat line, I could see that happening in Missouri as well when it comes to the insurance rates. And you know what? I could too. And here's why. Because we have now become, and I know it's going to sound a little crazy and over the top, but kind of Tornado Alley. It used to be Oklahoma. Remember, I talked to a lot of adjusters, And they said they're spending more time in Missouri than they are Oklahoma. And you look at what's happened since March. There's been a lot of weather damage, hail damage, tornado damage, wind damage. And then you have adjusters who are here all the time. Did you know that 80% of adjusters, insurance adjusters, they live in Texas? That's because where a lot of the storms and things were happening, damaging. It's a huge state. Texas. And a lot of them are up in Missouri. They've been living in Missouri since March. So yeah, Todd, I could totally see that happening in the St. Louis area, Missouri, where insurance rates start to go up because so much damage was here. 3 different storms, 2 specific ones, March 14th storm, and then the May 16th storm, tornadoes from that standpoint. Todd says, I have State Farm, had hail damage last month, got a check within 7 days. I don't know what you mean by that. Todd, message me off air. I could help you out from that standpoint. I'd be curious to know where you are and what's going on with that situation. Got a check within 7 days. I'm not quite sure what that means. Todd says, yep, Vic, my adjuster was from Texas. I'm telling you, I know this business. I work with it. I get it. The adjuster, I met, I hope you didn't have the adjuster I had from Texas on a few of my calls. We'll talk off air. This is Arch City Now. Like, subscribe, share the show. We appreciate it. You can check us out at Arch City Now on YouTube and X. We are your Lou information station. We're live and on demand at louinfo.com. Back with more of the show right after this. Happy Thursday morning at 7:29.
You've seen this. It's brand new. Are you online?
Oh, hey. Oh, so you're new here.
All right, let's get cracking.
Okay, then maybe you should check out our website.
You're insane.
Well, you download songs illegally from the internet.
louinfo.com. The Lou Information Station. 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis.
Our origin story begin.
Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill has a new menu. But don't freak out. Hot Shots favorites are still there, like their famous wings, tacos, burgers, and pizzas. Plus, sure to be new faves like Big Philly egg rolls, the Bold and Hearty Slugger sandwich, the Buffalo chicken pizza, and 2 new wing sauces, Carolina Gold and Bourbon Glaze. And making a comeback, it's the return of Hot Shots' legendary waffle fries. So now there's even more to love at Hot Shots. Come try out the new menu at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Find the location nearest you at hotshotsnet.com.
The choice of lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
At Brown & Crouppen, we get that after an accident, money's tight. That's why we offer so much for free. First call, free. First consultation, free. Stuck at home or in the hospital, we'll come to you for free. So call Brown & Crouppen, where we don't get paid unless you do. And your first consultation is free.
louinfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown & Crouppen. GetBC.com.
This is your louinfo.com news update. A house fire killed a man in South St. Louis on Wednesday. 54-year-old Bradley Rowe died in the fire in the 4100 block of Tyrolean Avenue. Investigators are looking into the cause of the fire. A St. Peter's woman pleaded guilty to felony arson for setting 3 Puerto Rico businesses on fire in January. Danielle Bertothy was kicked out of a bar and returned later with a gas can, according to investigators. A monster catfish was recently hauled in by an angler on the Missouri River. An 86-pound blue catfish was caught using gizzard bait near Washington, Missouri. Wally Klein told the Missouri Department of Conservation it's the biggest fish he's ever caught, and he released it after getting a photo. President Trump's recently passed Big Beautiful Bill repeals energy tax credits, and that could cause electricity bills in Missouri to spike by $640 per year for the average household. Missouri's increase would be the highest in the nation. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, louinfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. We have an extreme heat warning in effect today from the National Weather Service. Really hot and really humid. Sunshine, and we're headed for about 100 on the afternoon high air temperature. The heat index as high as 110, so take it easy in the sunshine today. Few clouds and maybe a shower overnight. Upper 70s, scattered thunderstorms, and mid-90s Friday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey everyone, Cam Jansen here to tell you about the experts at Fast Signs in Earth City. Fast Signs can handle any and all of your business visibility needs, from traditional signs and graphics to digital to core graphics and anything in between. Fast Signs in Earth City has you covered. The station uses them, the Blues use them, and you will love the work they do. Call 314-344-4400 for your custom signage needs today. That's Fast Signs in Earth City, 314-344-4400.
STL Sports Central is St. Louis's first all-digital sports network, and it's easy to find on YouTube. Catch the Randy Carricker Show featuring Brooke Grimsley Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Videos and written content from Bernie Miklas, Card Central 365 every day, plus post-game shows after every St. Louis sports team plays. It's all at your fingertips on YouTube and online at stlsportscentral.com. Check it out.
Hot Take Central 2.0.
Now, as you sports fans know, it's really getting out of hand, man. It's going way out of control.
With Cam Jansen.
I'm going to lead you down the path that rocks.
And Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
You're a legend in the city, moving by day instead of night.
Weekday mornings from 8 to 10.
Hell yeah.
Only on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com. Hot Take Central 2.0.
This whole situation is getting out of control.
Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Oh, happy Thursday, everybody. Thanks for getting into the show. 7:34 is the time. It's July 24th on a hot, sizzling summer St. Louis day. We're up and at it this morning. Glad you're with us. This is Arch City Now. Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing our show. You can jump in on X. You can jump in on YouTube and watch us, Arch City Now. You can also stream our show and all the other shows from the network at louinfo.com. Once again, louinfo.com. Also, if you want to give us a call, you can do that as well. The phone number is 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. And by the way, the show that follows us every morning, Hot Take Central 2.0. Once again, Hot Take Central 2.0. The former Blue Cam Jansen and St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. Guys, thanks for jumping in today on the show. We're here Monday through Friday. If you want to give a shout out to a person, business, event, that's what we do. Jump in on the chat line. You can talk with us. You can also talk with others. And if you want to do something more private, you can do that on our email, archcitynow@gmail.com. Once again, archcitynow@gmail.com, which is what we do now. Joe, you said we got a comment. What's going on? What are people talking about, buddy?
We have an email from Donna again. She says, I love the show's discussion today. In her opinion, the Quick Trip employee should not be held responsible. However, you can usually smell alcohol in someone, especially since it comes through the pores of the skin. But the employees are not police officers with breathalyzers. She does have a great day. Stay cool and keep up the good work.
All right. Appreciate it, Donna. Thanks for jumping in on the show at archcitynow@gmail.com, archcitynow@gmail.com. She's talking about the story. There was a lawsuit from an incident that happened 5 years ago. 2 people were injured, and we don't want that to be lost in the story. 2 innocent people driving, innocent people hit by a guy that was drunk. The problem is the fact that the attorney, the personal injury attorney, besides going after the responsible driver, or irresponsible in this case, wants to go after Quick Trip, because Quick Trip served this person 2 cans of alcohol. Guy just walked in like anybody else who's buying a can of alcohol. That's it. The guy, that's all that happened. Whatever else happened after the fact has nothing to do with Quick Trip. They said they served him 2 cans of alcohol. Okay. I'm guessing they should have known he was drunk. Not hardly. You don't know. You don't know. And I've seen people say, you're drunk, and that person hasn't had any alcohol whatsoever just because of the way. Now, the only way to kind of tell is by smell. But sometimes people's smell is not that great. I can't smell things that other people smell. I can't. And no, I didn't have COVID. Right. I was tested like 20 times. If I had it, I didn't know it. And now we know that there was no such thing as, well, you have it, but you don't know it.
Right.
Sorry, that's a whole nother subject and deal. I took my vitamins. I did. Anyway, vitamin D, zinc, baby. So no, you can't expect them check out people to know you may see somebody that comes in and you may smell it and you may see bloodshot eyes, but bloodshot eyes doesn't mean you've been drinking. Bloodshot eyes could also mean you have a sinus headache, you haven't gotten sleep, allergies, 100%. So we go down a very tricky road, even in the game of law. And even in the game when this is a civil situation with money, that's still very difficult. Very, very difficult. So that's what Donna was talking about when it came to the situation. Quick Trip on North Main, St. Peter's, named in a lawsuit for serving a guy 2 cans of alcohol. They should have known he was drunk, is what they said. Yeah. So then do you realize the problems that causes? Come on, give me a break. So that's what Donna was talking about from that standpoint. When we were going to the break, we were talking about insurance, the state of Illinois, State Farm specifically, increasing rates 27%. Todd from the chat line said, yeah, I could totally see that happening in Missouri because the amount of claims here since March is unfreaking believable. And if you don't believe me, just drive through the St. Louis area that was hit by the tornado. But just remember, too, that another report was done stating that the tornado that came through May 16th hit homes, people, and businesses, and this will blow your mind, where 70% of those, I think it was 70 or 80% of those people who were hit didn't have insurance or were underinsured. I mean, think about that.
Yeah, it was in a pretty low income area too.
All those things happen. It all comes into one big play. The bottom line is that State Farm wants to increase rates by 27%. Okay. All right. Good luck. If that happens, people in the state of Illinois, I'm just telling you, if you have a connection with USAA, try it out. I work with those people. They are fantastic. We're Arch City now. We're here till 8 o'clock. Hot Take Central 2.0 takes over at that point in time. The heat's a big story today. Yeah, you know what's going on. 116. 116 yesterday for heat index. There's no reason to be outside unless you absolutely have to when it comes to your work. And Projo's giving a shout out to people who have to work outside, saying, yeah, you should go tell your boss you deserve a time and a half pay for being outside. Tell them Projo from Arch City Now told you to tell them that and see where it gets you.
Yeah, tell them to get in the chat room and tell me what they think.
Maybe, just maybe, you'll get something for it. Or maybe you don't have to work today. Or maybe a half day. Or you're getting up early to work. Those are all the things. Roofers, insulators, construction people, they work early. They get out and try to get that in. Todd says, I live in Maryland Heights and we're getting roof from that storm as well. Todd, you need to give me a call afterwards. We may be talking too late, but we need to talk, my friend, because there's nobody you can trust more than me, unless this is a loved one that's helping you. Todd, where have you been? Haven't you been listening to the show? Okay. Another big shout out for people who are just getting into the show. Wally Klein showing us his pic from a few days ago. The biggest fish. Look at that catfish. 86 pounds. 86 pounds. We can keep that shot up there. 86-pound catfish. That is insane. Look at that fish. So Wally had this fish, rod and reel, brought it on a rod and reel, an 86-pound. That's from the Missouri River near Washington, Missouri. And let's see here. Look at that fish. I mean, do you really think he's holding an 8? Look, he looks like he's holding it so easy. Is he just that strong? He can hold 86 pounds close in like that?
Yeah.
What's the
that
biggest?
would be tough for me to hold.
What's the biggest fish you've ever caught?
Well,
Do
I'd
you
say
remember?
less than a pound, I'm sure. I haven't been fishing in a long time, though.
I like looking at that fish right there. For our listeners, we're showing a picture of this 86-pound catfish caught in the Missouri River near Washington, Missouri by Wally Klein with gizzard bait. I love it. Everybody who fishes wants to catch a fish like this. Insane in the membrane, that is for sure. Look at that fish. I mean, when you hook one, I wonder if he had any sort of an idea that that's what's happening. Yeah, I got a big one on. I got a massive fish. Okay. He says, Todd says, I've been craving some catfish nuggets from Kinder's. May have to take the Golden Ferry on over. There you go. I just love this picture of this guy. 86-pound catfish. The biggest fish I ever caught was about a 5-pound fish, 5-pound trout, which was huge. That's considered lunker. That's a big, old rainbow trout fish. And there was excitement. It was a thrill to bring that in, especially as a child.
I'm curious if Kinder used to be called the Fin Inn, because there's a place over in Grafton that you have to take a ferry to in order to.
I almost went to Grafton last weekend.
Man, if it's still there, the Fin Inn. Oh man,
the Fin Inn, what, for food?
Yeah, it's a seafood restaurant.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Yeah, but that Wally Klein taking care of business. If you guys have had any other big fish that you've caught, where you caught it, what you were using, I don't want to turn this into Vic's Big Old Fish, but why not share some of the stories? That would be a whole lot of fun. Let us know what you're doing. And congrats to Wally. By the way, he released the fish after taking the pictures. I mean, he's holding that fish. It was so darn big, you couldn't even see his biceps bulging, I'm sure, after holding it. The fish was so big, it was covering up his muscle shot. That's all right, Wally. If anybody wants to jump in and give us a call, you can do that. Phone number 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. And you can also email us at archcitynow@gmail.com. archcitynow@gmail.com if you have something you want to say and you don't want to put it on the chat line.
New segment idea, Vic's Big Fish.
Vic's Big Fish.
Yeah. Send us pictures of your fish.
All right. Big Vic energy right there, baby. Why are you laughing?
Because Big Vic Energy's making a comeback, huh?
Yeah, there you go. 7:45 is the time. It's a Thursday, July 24th. Don't go outside today unless you're in a pool, unless you're underneath a hose or water. No need unless you're working. Once again, get your double time or your time and a half from Joe if you have to go outside and work. It's just too darn hot. Was also curious to know if people have seen their energy bills go up from some of the heat. Also, those will be coming. Let us know. Sad state of affairs too. Ameren had an increase rate right in June. It really hit a bakery owner in Fenton pretty hard. Sweet Cheeks Bakery. Don't know if you know that, over in Fenton. 2 months ago, their electrical bill was $200 a month. It's now $960 in 2 months. $960. Trying to keep everything going, trying to keep their fridge cold for their business. Those are some of the things, obviously. Ameren with charges that can go up. We're talking about insurance companies as well. And then you add the heat of what's going on. And then you have a $960 bill and people are worried about keeping their businesses going. That's a issue. That could be a problem. The heat should also affect the Cardinals tonight. Not to mention their poor play. I'm predicting a very low turnout for the weekend series with the Padres. I mean, people may have gotten tickets and spent a lot of their good hard-earned money on that. Going, wow, that's going to be a great series to go to. The Padres in town. They've got some superstars on that team. They're a good playoff team. The Cardinals are not. And now you have the Cardinals just a game over 500, lost 2 or 3 to the worst team in all of baseball. Shut out yesterday on Getaway Day, which can't happen. A lot of apathy. We already know the organization didn't put a team together, put a team on the field that was going to compete for the playoffs. We kind of knew it before the season. Just calling it how it is. You don't. Too many people are like, oh no, we're just they're trying. Yeah. The problem is the fact that you've got a team now that's one game over 500. Something miraculous would happen for them to make the playoffs. That doesn't appear to be the case. They're probably going to be sellers, which is what they should be, in my humble opinion, when it comes to other teams who are making legitimate pushes for the playoffs, which means you're going to see somebody that you know that's a good player from the Cardinals being traded away. And it's just part of life. It's part of the baseball aspect of what's been happening. So that heat is insane, combined with their, I mean, seriously, if Busch Stadium doesn't have a breeze, with that heat and humidity, it's not fun to sit there and soak. It's just not. Not at all.
It's miserable sitting out, just the sun beating down on
and
top.
And then if you want a nice cold beverage on top of it, you might start sweating even more. Oh my gosh. That's why the Blues games are fun. You go in there, it's controlled, colder and atmosphere. You already know what it's going to be. You already know. I'm going to dress for this. It's going to be great.
That's why hockey season's so great. They should have hockey season in the summertime for that reason alone.
No, try to keep that ice cold down there all the time inside. 7:48 is the time. Guys, we have a blast here in the mornings. We do, trying to get everybody up and rolling all throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. If you have story ideas as well, I want to give shout outs. You can do that at our email as well, archcitynow@gmail.com. archcitynow@gmail.com. Try to give you updates, things to plan for. By the way, Missouri's tax-free weekend for school purchases and all purchases next weekend. The advent of that for back-to-school shopping, things from that standpoint, certain goods. No sales tax. Always nice to deal with that. We don't have to pay the sales tax. That's going to be all next weekend, so you can get in, enjoy that. The St. Charles County Fair over at Rotary Park, they're still moving on. Heat, no heat. We've got ice bags for the chickens to sit on. We froze water bottles for the little bunnies to snuggle up to, and that's legit. They do. That's what they're doing to keep the animals cold. Got to push it through, baby.
Whatever works.
But parents know a lot of soccer, baseball, fall practices, high schools being postponed or earlier in the morning or shortened. Other events may be happening. Of course, last night, the Botanical Garden canceled their weekly concert. They say they'll be back next week to continue their concert series, but not a lot going on. You just do what you can do. You push through and find what you can find from that standpoint. Another story, we talk about some of these things that happen. You just have to be aware. 3 men from Florida admitted, first of all, they were in the country illegally. I don't know how they were able to get away with this for so long, but they stole almost $700,000 in luxury items from homes all across the St. Louis County area, but specifically in Ladue and Chesterfield. Ladue and Chesterfield. I told you, Projo, Ladue is targeted all the time because I think of high wealth in that area. I had my car stolen right out of a darn driveway.
Those have got to be career criminals there to go into Ladue and.
Well, they were.
I mean, they're stealing stuff from people inside people's houses.
Yeah, that's what Jose Perez and Jonathan Vajaracaro and Andres Ovali Taibu were here. So they scout places. Just like we talked about with the NFL players, they scout places for days. It's an industry. They scout you. It's not like, hey, I got a feeling, let's go rob. You're scouted.
I'm just going to say, be careful letting your delivery people in your house.
Interesting.
Like
Projo, who's letting delivery people? Do you?
No, but I mean,
you know of people that let their delivery people in your house?
So my parents, though, like when they have their groceries delivered, and I told them to stop doing this, they have them set them inside the door in the foyer.
Are they strong enough or capable enough to carry their groceries in themselves?
Well, no. But it's still, just set them on the front porch. Because if you let them in, then they can look around, see what's in there. They could be scouting it out.
No, I totally get it. You're right. That's another way of doing it. These gentlemen were able to steal a lot of items, including jewelry. But they had 2 homes. They had $128,000. Literally, that was in Ladue. The next day, they burglarized a Chesterfield home, stole 188,000 worth of items from one, about 45,000 from another home. That's how good they were getting in and stealing. I did. I want to know exactly all the other pieces and what people are leaving out that they can steal that's going to value almost $700,000. And it can happen anywhere, and thefts happen in the St. Louis area. So you got to be cognizant of what's happening and what's going on. You just always have to have your head on a swivel. And unfortunately, as much as I like to trust everybody and be kind to everybody, you just give everybody the benefit of the doubt. There are people looking to make trouble. There are. These three just happened to be here illegally, got caught, trying to make money, and boom, just like that. Thankfully, nobody was hurt that we know of in any of these incidents, or we would have been told already. Because then that would make it way, 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 way worse than what it already is from that standpoint. Okay. Projo, you're a foodie.
Oh, yeah.
You're a foodie. You like some of the things that we talk about. You've also got, where is it at? Let me find it. You know, I want to switch to this because we've talked about, it's baseball season. There's a lot of families that are involved in baseball, or we played in baseball. And we've had a very opinionated show today when it came to some of these things. I want to play the video of the 12-year-old little leaguer who's now been suspended from his league. He had missed games because of what he did regarding a bat flip. And I'm like, interesting. Is it really that bad? Now, Projo, let me know when you have the video up.
Oh, it's ready.
Okay. So this video that we're going to play you is from New Jersey, little leaguer, suspended. We'll play the video over and over again and give me your opinion. This kid hits a home run, flips his bat, 12 years old. Not only was he thrown from the game, but then they suspended him. So we'll show you the video.
Doesn't look like there's any audio to it.
No.
There's the pitch. Flips the bat. Oh, yeah, he did toss it up pretty high.
So I get it. The problem is they see a lot of major leaguers, college kids, even high schools in some senses, and they don't get punished. And they want to emulate a lot of times what they see. And it's unfortunate that this happened. And I'm like, okay, I could see getting kicked out of the game. But to be suspended for multiple games? He was ejected, but the problem is they suspended him on top of that. Is that something, and I know traditionalists might go, oh, well, he should be suspended. He should have known better. Really? He's 12 years old in New Jersey, suspended from participating in the state championship because he celebrated the home run with a bat flip like that. Little Marco Rocco is his name. He was ejected July 16th after hitting that pivotal home run that he showed. So obviously he received an automatic 1-game suspension. I get it. For the rules, showing up, whatever. But boy, he jacked that ball deep to center field too. I mean, he crushed it. Excited. They took the lead. They're going to win the game. And then now he's received, they ruled him out of their highly anticipated state championship game on top of the 1-game suspension. Just because of that. Is that a message we should be sending?
Well, rules are rules.
From the chat line, should have been told that's dangerous, kicked out of the game, not suspended, kicked out of the game. I get that. But yeah, he flipped it. I mean,
yeah, that's
he
what
got
I'm saying.
He got all of it.
Yeah,
that's
he
for
did.
sure.
I mean,
he bought in.
He watched
Kick
it
him
go
out
up
of the game, but to be held out of the state championship game
and
for doing that.
suspended.
Yeah, I have an issue with that. I do. Anyway, I'm just curious what people see at ballparks around the St. Louis area, if anybody's been involved in something like that. Anyway, we got to get out of here. Appreciate it. Arch City Now, Vic Faust, Projo alongside. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching us. Hot Take Central 2.0 coming up next with Cam Jansen and Jim the Cat Hayes. Have a great day, everybody.
Broadcasting live from the J. Randolph Jr.